It's March 1974. A group of farmers are digging a well in a field in central China. They're looking for water, but they hit something hard. It's not a rock. It's not a pot. They pull it from the earth, and they're staring into the face of a man, a life-sized, beautifully detailed head made of fired clay, or terracotta. They've stumbled upon a single, startling discovery, but it isn't just one statue. It's the first piece of a silent subterranean army that has been standing guard in the darkness for over 2,000 years. An army of over 8,000 soldiers, horses and chariots completely unknown to the world, waiting for a command that would never come. This is the story of the Terracotta Army, an empire's silent guardians. What they had found was just the beginning. As archaeologists began to excavate, the sheer scale of the discovery became clear. This wasn't a small burial offering. It was a ghost army, a legion of clay soldiers buried to protect a powerful ruler in the next life. So, who could command such loyalty, even in death? To understand this army, you have to understand its creator, a man named Yingzheng, who would become known to history as Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. He was a figure of terrifying ambition and brutal efficiency. Ascending to the throne of the Qin state as a boy, he launched a series of military campaigns that would, by 221 BC, crush all his rivals and unify the warring states of China into a single, vast empire. He was a revolutionary. He standardized currency, weights, and even the width of cart axles to connect his new empire. He connected existing fortifications to create the first version of the Great Wall. But for all his power, Qin Shi Huang was haunted by one thing: his own mortality. He became obsessed with finding the elixir of life, sending expeditions to search for legendary islands of the immortals. His quest was desperate, and ultimately, it failed. So, he devised a plan B. If he couldn't live forever in this world, he would conquer the next one. This Terracotta Army wasn't a memorial. It was his personal guard, a perfect replica of his real army, built to march into the afterlife, vanquish any spiritual enemies, and secure his rule for all eternity. The construction began when he was just a teenager and involved an estimated 700,000 laborers working for decades. It was a project of unimaginable scale, driven by the will of one man determined to cheat death itself. Let's talk about the army itself, because the details are what make this so breathtaking. We're not talking about a few dozen statues. We're talking about over 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots with 520 horses, and 150 cavalry horses. They are arranged in perfect military formation in a series of underground pits, a battle-ready force facing east, ready to protect the emperor from his conquered enemies. And here's the most mind-blowing detail. Every single soldier has a unique face. These are not mass-produced figures. Each one is an individual portrait. Their hairstyles, their facial hair, their expressions, they are all different. You have high-ranking generals, instantly recognizable by their height and elaborate headgear. You have armored infantrymen, kneeling archers, and standing crossbowmen, their bodies poised for action. It's believed that these faces were modeled after the real soldiers in the emperor's army. They were originally painted in vibrant colors: pinks, reds, greens, and purples to make them even more lifelike, though much of that color faded within minutes of being exposed to the air. And these soldiers weren't just for show. They were armed for a real war. Archaeologists have found tens of thousands of real weapons alongside them: spears, swords, and most impressively, crossbows so powerful they could pierce armor from hundreds of feet away. The bronze blades were coated in a thin layer of chromium oxide, an anti-rust agent that kept them sharp and gleaming after 2 millennia buried underground. This was a technology that Western scientists wouldn't rediscover until the 20th century. This wasn't just a symbol of an army. It was a fully equipped, perfectly preserved military force, frozen in time at the moment before a great battle, a silent empire of clay, ready for a war in the great beyond. But this incredible army is only the beginning of the story. It's just the outer guard. About a mile away, there is a massive man-made hill, a pyramid-shaped mound that stands over 250 feet tall. Beneath it, still sealed, still unexplored, lies the tomb of Qin Shi Huang himself, and we have never opened it. Why? Partly out of respect, but mostly out of fear of destroying what's inside, and fear of what we might find. According to the ancient Chinese historian Sima Qian, writing just a century after the emperor's death, the tomb is an underground palace, a replica of his empire. He describes a vast model of the land, complete with rivers and oceans made of flowing liquid mercury. The ceiling is said to be painted with the sun, moon, and stars, and the entire complex is guarded. The texts describe booby traps, crossbows rigged to fire automatically at any intruder who dares to enter. For centuries, these stories were dismissed as myth, but then modern science got involved. Scientific surveys of the soil around the tomb mound have detected abnormally high concentrations of mercury, far higher than the surrounding area. The legends, it seems, might be terrifyingly real. The tomb of the first emperor remains sealed, a deadly mystery waiting to be solved. The Terracotta Army is more than just an archaeological wonder. It's a perfect snapshot of the military might and organizational genius that forged an entire nation. It's a testament to the power of a single individual's vision or obsession. The unopened tomb remains one of archaeology's greatest and most tantalizing challenges, a silent dare issued from the distant past. We know what lies on the surface, but the true secrets of the first emperor are still locked away, protected by his silent, loyal guards and rivers of poison. The story of the Terracotta Army is a powerful reminder that sometimes the greatest treasures and most profound mysteries aren't in distant galaxies, but lie sleeping just beneath our feet. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the hidden stories that shaped our world, make sure to subscribe to the Origin Pulse and hit that notification bell. Next time, we're re-jumping forward in time and across the globe to ask, did Vikings really discover America 500 years before Columbus? See you then.